All right, we're here today at Burlington Bay Market and Cafe in downtown Burlington. I'm here with Tony Elmore. He's the general manager of the Burlington Bay Market and Cafe, and pretty much from what I can tell, the resident expert on Creemees.
Well, I try.
We're here today because we're going to film an episode of Mitch Does. I'm going to learn about these machines behind us and how to make probably what is Vermont's favorite summertime food.
I'd have to say it definitely is. I mean, creamy craze is a thing. Yeah.
How many Creemees would you say a year are you guys making?
Yeah, so probably over 100,000 creamies over the course of a 6-month period, probably from March to October. So we push some creamies out of this place.
All right, well, I don't know how hard it is to make a creemee. I've never made a creemee before. I've certainly eaten more than my fair share.
Same year, actually. So it's the blind leading the blind, but this should be fun.
Right, because you guys have creamy girls.
Right, we do.
Yeah. So Tony, not a creamy girl.
I am not.
It is the creamy machine. Do you guys have nicknames for these? You got 2 of them here.
We don't. We should really come up with some.
It's like a Gale.
Yeah.
This looks like a Gale.
I like it. We're going to call it Gale.
We're going to call this one Gale. First of all, we got 2 flavors, chocolate and vanilla in this one.
2 flavors in each machine. We can kind of swirl the 2 flavors, so chocolate, vanilla, maple, black raspberry. We do get often people like to stack flavors from different machines.
Okay.
So they stack, a maple on the bottom with vanilla on the top because we can't swirl them. So you pull down the lever, these things actually come off. You can get different, they form the little rivets in the creemee.
Okay.
That comes out. That's what these little caps are for. You can actually get different style caps to go over them that may, make it look more of a star pattern or just like a circle or things like that. So who would thought?
Who knew that you're like, you know what, I want mine a square.
Yeah, exactly.
Like to make square creamies today.
I bet they do.
Do you have a kit? Like, can we pick a tip or is this
no, those we only have these as the regular ones. I think we'd have to order them special order. So.
Weird that you didn't do that for this.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's really hospitable. Just kidding.
Yes.
What is the actual creemee made out of? Like, what does it come as when it first shows up?
Yep. So it's a creamy mix. It's Hood creamy mix. We use Hood Company creamy mix. That's a 10% cream mix.
That's the cream. So
Yep.
it's like chocolate milk.
Yep. Literally what it is. It's like chocolate cream. Vanilla and chocolate, they come as vanilla and chocolate, and then maple and black raspberry, we add our own flavoring into that.
So you guys are actually mixing your own flavors?
Yeah, into the mix itself once it goes into the machine.
So we could create any flavor. Like if I wanted a bacon creemee.
You very well could.
We could just put bacon.
You get bacon flavoring,
and
which I'm sure they make.
Right.
And you could put that in vanilla and mix it all up, and then it would come out a bacon flavor. All right, which flavor would you like?
Let's start with the vanilla.
Vanilla? Oh, I'm doing this lefty too.
Just going lefty. It's got the swirl technique. There's a fill up. Now that's
not
a creamy.
terrible, but
okay.
We are very particular about how our creamies look, and this is not it.
That wouldn't meet.
This wouldn't meet our standards.
It looks edible to me. I don't know. So the technique is you fill the cone.
Yep. And then start swirling. So the girls will tell you a different way than how I'm making it because they say that it's all in the wrist. I haven't mastered that yet.
It's all in the
all
wrist.
in the wrist movement.
Well, right. So
I just make it look good.
At 100,000 creamies in a summer.
Right.
I mean, you would probably have some sort of carpal tunnel or arthritis.
It's kind of crazy. I wish there was a veteran creamy girl here because they will just bang out like creamies like it's nothing. I mean, it's unreal. There is an art to it.
Can you imagine that? Like a salty old creamy lady. Like she's been making creamies for like 35. I've been making creamies since before you were born. And like she comes in, like the wrist is all like she's got a wrist that's larger than like a Popeye wrist. Yeah. How many do you need?
Yeah, exactly. Just blindfolded.
I feel like if I worked a creamy window, my #1 thing would be to top weight the creamy, and then I'd wait for the little kid who was so excited, and then it fell, and then I'd laugh at his tears. No, is that a little harsh? Is that part of it? So it's like when you work a creamy window, you learn 2 things.
Yes.
It's not just how to use the wrist, but it's also child tear sensitivity. Like how to appropriately say, "Oh, little boy, that's okay. Let me make you another."
Well, I mean, you missed it. You should have been here in March when we weren't quite open for creamies yet, but it was nice enough that people wanted creamies. We definitely had some child tears, that's for sure.
Because they were showing up.
Because they were thinking we had creamies and we didn't have creamies, and the screams that I got.
Tony, creamy denier.
Yeah, exactly.
Crushing the dreams of children.
Crushing dreams everywhere.
All right, well, let me get a cone.
All right,
let me give you a cone, and we'll Let me try to do this.
Absolutely.
So it's all on the wrist.
Yep, all on the wrist.
Comes out of those.
Yep, it comes out of this
Now,
guy
has
here.
there ever been a situation where someone just kind of got like? Have you ever caught like any employees back here like the end of the night just like
I haven't,
No.
but I'm honestly hoping that I do.
from a health violation standpoint?
Right,
you really
I would hope
not.
they don't, but or you might see me doing that.
Yeah.
You'd have to have somebody else pull while you're like lying.
We're gonna do the very first ever creamy keg stand. That's what it is. Tony's gonna lift me in the air.
Yes.
Actually, we should probably do Devin, our cameraman. He's
Yeah.
a little lighter than All right, no. That's the shaking no. He's shaking the camera no. Like he has a choice. This is footage. Here we go. Oh, still ever actually kind of pull
so
it.
there you go.
Swirl.
Okay. Almost had it. Not
That looks like a poop. Is
That's
that
good. For a first one?
Is that a tip? Is that one of the tips we could get? Poop. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do this. Doesn't
quite meet our standards.
Doesn't quite
For
meet
our
the
first
standards.
try, we're not going to judge you. We'll get you another call. So I will say, to try and help with that, the closer you are to it, the easier it is.
Okay. That's his left-handed.
No big deal.
Guy doesn't know how to make cream. It's great. This is mine. Here we go. I'm gonna nail this.
Round two.
Round two.
Yep.
Got to get in there.
Yep.
I feel like it's a whole body thing.
It
I'm
is.
braced.
You got
for-
your stance.
I got a very athletic stance right now.
Absolutely.
Straight back.
Yep.
Okay, athletic
Very good.
stance.
Don't want to pull anything.
You don't want to pull anything. Up top, it engages. Here we go. Creamy man. Creamy. I keep getting a little tip. How does mine look like this every time? Can we reshape this? Hold on a second. Let me just
There you go.
reshape it.
I would recommend this for a free
Smoothing. Yeah. It was like
That's
five.
definitely against health code.
By the way, I totally washed my hands after I went to the bathroom earlier.
Looks like we might have a customer. Absolutely. See if I can remember how this works. There you go. Thanks for coming.
Damn it.
See, it almost might be easier if you have it come out faster, because then it'll just naturally lay itself to you having to wait.
10 pounds of creamy getting roasted here. This is now we're starting to gather a crowd because people heard the great cream Dini was
That looks fantastic.
right. Yeah, a kid would cry if this was handed to him.
I don't know. I think just the fact that it's ice cream, I think they might just take it. I might cry watching
I
you
think
do
we
it,
just
but-
might have to accept that I'm never gonna get this. We're gonna save the creamies making for I don't know, high
creamy-
school girls.
yeah, creamy veterans.
The creamy veterans.
Or boys, we don't discriminate.
You don't- I discriminate.
Yeah.
I want creamy girls. So it's clear that I'm never gonna figure this creamy making thing out. So-
Well, it maybe just took a little more time, but
Yeah.
eventually, with practice, you get there.
yeah. So we're gonna have Tony show us now. So the conversation is this.
Yes.
It's creamy versus soft serve.
Absolutely.
I believe, and we were talking about this, in the state of Vermont.
Yep.
In the 802,
Just in the 802.
it's creamy.
That's what I've heard. I haven't figured out if New Hampshire's included in that as well.
Okay, because that's like an upside down
That's-
Vermont.
Yeah, exactly.
New Hampshire, Vermont doing a keg stand.
But I know for a fact that when I moved down to Boston for college, and the first time I called it a creamy, everybody looked at me like I had three heads. 'Cause
Okay.
They were like, what the heck is a creamy?
Right. And now the second debate is Jimmy's and Sprinkles.
Yes. So I personally call them sprinkles.
Okay.
But when I was looking up kind of where to get sprinkles or doing a little project, everything that was online was called Jimmy's.
They were calling them all Jimmy's.
So yeah, so I'm just once again against the grain.
Okay. Tony's going to show us how to roll the creamy.
Yes. It's very simple.
I'm going to eat while he does it.
Boom.
For that.
Look at that. Beautiful.
By the way,
Tell your friends.
that is a food group for women everywhere. They're
Sure is.
creamy.
It sure is.
Got people in the background telling me I got it on my face. Be like, before we finish this up today, I want to thank you for having us.
Of
Tony.
course. Thanks for
Allowed us
coming
to
by.
come to the Burlington Bay Market Cafe and really There's only one thing left to do, and that's for us to Lady and the Tramp that thing.
I don't think I can do that with a straight face.